James II, called the Just, was the King of Sicily from 1285 to 1296 and King of Aragon and Valencia and Count of Barcelona from 1291 to 1327. In 1297 he was granted the Kingdom of Sardinia and Corsica. He used the Latin title Iacobus Dei gracia rex Aragonum, Valencie, Sardinie, Corsice comes Barchinone. He was the second son of Peter III of Aragon and Constance of Sicily. Reign. James was born at Valencia as the son of King Peter I and Queen Constance of Sicily. He succeeded his father as King of Sicily in 1285. Upon the death of his brother Alfonso III in 1291, he succeeded also to the throne of the Crown of Aragon. He spent May of that year in Catania, inspiring the local monk Atanasio di Iaci to write the Venuta di Re Iappicu about his time there. By a peace treaty with Charles II of Anjou in 1296, he agreed to give up Sicily, but the Sicilians instead installed his brother Frederick on the throne. Due to the fact that Frederick would not withdraw from the island, Pope Boniface VIII asked James II, along with Charles II of Naples, to remove him. As an enticement to do this, the Pope invested James II with the title to Sardinia and Corsica, as well as appointing him papal gonfalonier. Because of his inability to disguise his apathy on the matter, he returned to Aragon. Frederick reigned there until his death in 1337. By the Treaty of Anagni in 1295, he returned the Balearic Islands to his uncle James II of Majorca. Aragon retained control over the continental territories of the Majorca Kingdom, Montpellier and Roussillon, throughout James's reign. In 1298, by the Treaty of Argyles, James of Majorca recognized the suzerainty of James of Aragon. During the period that followed his return to Aragon, James II wanted to gain access to the Muslim world in the south, from which Castile restricted Aragon. In order to achieve this goal, and assisted by his admiral Don Bernat de Sarrière, Baron of Polip, he formed an alliance with the enemies of the adolescent King of Castile, Ferdinand IV. James II wanted Murcia in order to give his kingdom access to Granada. The Allied forces entered from all directions in 1296, where James II was victorious in capturing Murcia and holding it until 1304. In 1313, James II granted administrative and political autonomy to the Aran Valley, the legal details of which are described in a Latin manuscript called the Querimonia. The devolution of power was a reward for the Aranese pledging allegiance to James II in a dispute with the kingdoms of France and Majorca over control of the valley. James was involved in the 1321 leper scare. He ordered the arrest and torture of French lepers seeking shelter in his realm, and adopted harsher policy towards native lepers. Writing, it was probably during his reign at Sicily that James composed his only surviving piece of Occitan poetry, a religious dancer dedicated to the Virgin Mary. Mère de Dieu, a contemporary, Arnaud de Villanova, wrote a verse-by-verse Latin commentary of the dancer in 1305. The metaphor James uses has been analyzed by Alfred Genroy, who sees similarities in the Roma de Forval. James begins by comparing the church to a ship in a storm, poorly guided by its pilot. The literary quality of the verses is neither astounding nor disappointing, but the song was clearly written at a moment when James was in conflict with the papacy, perhaps with a propagandistic end, to prove his piety and fidelity to the church if not the papacy. The final verses asked Mary to protect him, the king, from sin, marriages, concubines, and children. He married 4 times: Isabella of Castile, Viscountess of Limoges, daughter of Sancho IV of Castile, and his wife Maria de Molina. The wedding took place in the city of Soria on the 1st of December 1291, when the bride was only 8 years old. The marriage, which was never consummated, was dissolved and annulled after Sancho's death in 1295, when James chose to change his alliances and take advantage of the turmoil inside Castile. Blanche of Anjou, daughter of his family's rival Charles II of Naples and Maria of Hungary. They married in the city of Villabertran on the 29th of October of the 1st of November 1295. She bore him several children. James renounced his right to the throne in 1319 to become a monk. He refused to consummate his marriage to Eleanor of Castile, who later became the second wife of his brother Alfonso IV of Aragon. He became the King of Aragon in 1327 and ruled until his death. He married twice, first Teresa d'Antonca and then Eleanor of Castile after his first wife died. Maria, wife of Peter, son of Sancho IV of Castile. Constance, wife of Juan Manuel, Prince of Villena, nephew of Alfonso X of Castile. John became the first Archbishop of Toledo and Tarragona in 1318, and Patriarch of Alexandria in 1328. Isabella of Aragon, wife of Frederick I of Austria. Peter, Count of Ribagorza, Emperies and Prades. Peter married Joan, daughter of Gaston of Foix. They were parents to Alphonse, 1st Duke of Gandia, 1st Marquis of Villena de Castilla, 2nd Count of Ribagorza and Emperies, etc. Constable of Castile, married in 1355 Violante Ximenez de Renos, daughter of Gonzalo Diaz de Renos, Baron of Arenos, and wife Maria Juana de Cornell, had issue. John, 2nd Count of Prades, Seneschal of Catalonia, married his sister-in-law Sanchez Ximenez de Renos, had issue. Eleanor of Aragon, Queen of Cyprus. Blanche, Prioress of Sixena. Ramon Berenguer, Count of Emperies and Baron of Ajerica. Ramon married Blanche, daughter of Philip I of Taranto, and then Maria, daughter of James of Aragon. His daughter Joan married Fernando Manuel, son of Juan Manuel, Prince of Villena. Violante. She first married Philip, Despot of Romania, son of Philip I of Taranto. Her second marriage was to Lope de Luna, Lord of Segorbe. Maria of Lusignan, daughter of the King Hugh III of Cyprus. They married by proxy in Santa Sofia, Nicosia on the 15th of June 1315, and in person in the city of Girona, on the 27th of November 1315. This marriage was childless. Elisenda de Montcada, daughter of Pedro I de Montcada, Lord of Altona and Sozes, and wife Gisela de Barca. They married in the city of Tarragona on the 25th of December 1322. This marriage was childless, too, and, after the king's death, she entered the Porclares monastery of Pedralbes as a nun, where she died on the 19th of June 1364. In addition to his legitimate offspring, James had 3 natural children born with Sicilian women, with Geralda. Sancho, Napoleon, Lord of Joyosegado and Aquafreda, married a daughter of a Majorcan named Guillermo Robert. With Lucretia, James Vicario di Cagliari, married firstly with Jorma Tiguerao from Majorca, and secondly with Puccia, a Sardinian woman. Ancestry.